Hey everybody, I'm Allison from Ready Set Code Teach, and today I was just going to show you how we make our virtual word walls. So there's many ways to do this. Our preference is to use Google Slides. So we've opened a new Google Slides presentation here, and as you see, I've titled it Virtual Word Wall. You could title it academic vocabulary or science words or anything that fits the words that you're going to put here. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you get your title all pretty is you want to insert a table. So I'm going to put insert, and I'm going to put table, and I'm going to do 4 rows of 5. Obviously, this will depend on how many words you have, how many words you want to be on your word wall, how big you want them, things like that. I find 20 to be a good number as far as space and readability. So then you're going to want to drag your table to be the same size as the space you have left here on your slide. So I'm going to slide that here. Alrighty, so now I've got 20 squares. And then the ones on the left, I'm going to go ahead and put categories. So categories are something that we like to include in our word walls to help students connect words and visuals to categories. So we're going to put, for first grade, we start by studying tools and work. So I'm going to go ahead and title the first one cooking tools. And then I'm going to make this bigger, and I'm also going to make it pink just for fun. All right, so 30, let's say I'm going to center it over here. And then I'm going to change it. Let's make it pink, and let's get a fun font going here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to pick this one. All right, cooking tools. So the first cooking tool we learn about in first grade is we learn about a whisk. So I want to put the word whisk. So I'm going to add a text box here. You can just type it if you'd like. You could write whisk. I'm going to write whisk. And I'm going to make that pink as well because I'm into color coding. And all the cooking tools will be pink, and then all the eating tools will be green, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to type in whisk. I'd also like to include a picture here. We all know visuals are really important for our learners to be able to make connections and to be able to retain words and meanings. So what you're going to want to do is find a website that you like that has free clip art or open clip art or open source photographs, okay, where you don't have to pay or subscribe to use it, and you don't need to give credit. All right, if you would like to use other ones, of course, go ahead, but for these purposes, I'm going to use Clicker because it's what I'm used to. And I'm going to type in whisk. Let's see what they got. All right, so I'm going to copy this picture, this clip art copy image of a whisk, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to paste it. Now, if it goes into a weird spot, all you have to do is drag it into your box here. You can adjust its size, etc. I'm actually going to make the word a little bit bigger so I know students can really see it, and I'm going to turn the whisk a bit so it doesn't run into my word here. Okay, there we go. So I've got one box finished. So I'm going to continue with the next word, and I'm actually just going to copy what I did over here. The next cooking tool we learn about in first grade is a spatula. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type the word spatula. And I'm going to do the same thing to this word that I did to whisk, just to keep the consistency. Oh dear, 30 was not what it was. What was it? 19. Okay. I'm going to go back and put that at 19, and then I'm going to make it pink. And I'm going to bold it. All right, spatula. So then I'm going to go back to my open clip art site here, and I'm going to type in spatula and see what we get. Here's one right here. I'm going to copy that image, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste it. All right, I'm going to pull it up here so it's in the box. There we go, spatula. All right, and then you would keep going with all your words, okay? Now, I like to add an extra component just to help students, and it is audio. So when they click on the audio, it will read the word for them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use onlinevoicerecorder.com. It is a free site that you can use for all your audio needs. So I'm going to go ahead and open that in a new tab. I'm going to type in online. I use it all the time. It should pop up. There it is. So it's at the top, as you can see, it's onlinevoicerecorder.com. Okay, so the words that I need are whisk and spatula. So I'm going to do whisk first. So all you do is you hit the red button, you say what you want recorded, and then you hit stop. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Whisk. All right, I'm going to play it back to make sure that it's correct. Whisk. Yep. All right, and then I'm going to hit save. When you hit save, you'll notice that it will drop down here and it will save it to your computer. Now, for every word or every phrase you record, it's going to save it as the same name. So what you're going to want to do before you do another word is you're going to want to right click on this, hit show in folder, and then you're going to want to rename it so that way you know what it says. So I'm going to hit rename, and this one says whisk. All right, now I've already recorded whisk, so I'm actually not going to save this. So I'm going to hit no. However, this is how you would do it if you did want to save it. As you can see, I have all the words recorded already. Once you have all the words recorded and labeled as you want on your computer, you can then pop over to your Google Drive. And I have a specific folder called audio files where I put all my audio files. This is a great strategy so that they're all in one place, but also so you can easily drop them into your Google Slide. Okay, so as you notice, I've uploaded them all here. Now I'm gonna go back to my Google Slide. Once you have all those uploaded, you're gonna hit Insert, Audio, and mine goes straight to my drive, or you would search your computer, depending on how yours is. And I'm gonna find the word whisk, and I'm going to drop it into my Google Slide here. Here it is. So I'm gonna double click on that. And if you notice, it drops a little speaker icon into your slide here. Now on the right-hand side, it's gonna give you your format options. Would you like to start playing on click or automatically? We're gonna have it play on click because otherwise when the kids open this slide, all of the words will play at the same time and it will be a little crazy. So we're gonna have it do it on click, and we're gonna go ahead and pull it up into the box for whisk. Boom. So now, if students look at that word and they look at that picture and they say, I can't remember what that word is and I'm having trouble reading it, they can click here, hit play, whisk, and it will read it for them, okay? So I'm gonna show you the completed one of these because I'm trying to make this video short and sweet for you. So the completed one that I created looks like this. So the cool thing about this is that you always want to create your word walls with your kids, right? You want to add words to them as students are going to come across them in lessons and texts. So the cool thing about this is you can keep things covered like this just by putting black squares, right? And then let's say we learned about cooking tools today. So the students only have access to the cooking tools. And then tomorrow, I might reveal this and say, oh my gosh, today you guys, we're gonna learn about some eating tools. Let's read this text and let's see what eating tools we can learn about. Once we read our text, I might ask the students to name some of the tools that we learned about in the text. And then as they name them, I can kind of pull away my squares here or delete them if you'd like. You can just delete, right? If you don't want to save them. And now all of my eating tools are there as well for students to access. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you. I know it was quick, so if you have questions or you're having any issues, feel free to reach out to us and we'll do our best to help you. So another best practice that we can take online. Good luck, guys.